like your white Christmas is starting to melt, I have some ideas to perk up your home between now and Valentine's Day. Hi, I'm Mathy Cathy. I do have other interests besides math and science. I love decorating. I love the holidays. I've always been really sad when Christmas is over. Even when I was a little kid, I was always really sad when it was time to take the decorations down. So I came up with the idea of decorating for winter and then kind of segueing into Valentine's Day, which is conveniently in February. And then if you make it to the end of this video, I have a special surprise for you and you'll have to wait to see what it is. My first tip, I walk around and take down everything that just shouts, Christmas. I go around and take the Santas down and red and green. I want to make sure that people don't think that I have just kept up my decorations through February and never took them down.
Mom.
So I take the decorations off of the trees, but I do leave the trees up. I do leave up like the deer, and I leave up our snow village, things like that. Trees have tipped over and stuff after a few months of this, but I do love to leave it up because I like having it up, and it still kind of works because it's got that snowy kind of wintry feel to it. So I feel okay that it's ethical to leave it up for a few weeks. People have different ideas about when is the best time to take their Christmas tree down. Sometimes they're very opinionated about it. Some people take it down the day after Christmas. I don't think I could ever do that. I used to have a neighbor that did that, and you'd always see it there Christmas afternoon on the curb, and I was like, oh, I wanted to go put it back up again. But January 1st, a lot of people do that, and it's kind of a fresh start to the new year. Traditionally, January 6th, I just keep it up as long as I want, basically. I feel okay leaving it up for a few more days. Now I have this new method, Valentine's Day. So I tend to leave most of the fun decorating stuff more in the dining room and the library because it's not like so in your face. I've been collecting holiday decorations of all kinds for many, many years, so I do have a lot of stuff. If you don't, great time to go pick up a few wintry things. For example, Michael's has everything 70% off, all the Christmas things. Get a lot of pillows 70% off, and they work because they're not too holiday. Let it snow. It's snowing. Snowflakes, they work great. I really liked the colors in this pillow because it sort of married all the colors together that I'm using. It has kind of the pale gold, it has the silver, some white, subtle sparkles. I really like this one too, and I can keep this up for a while. It kind of has a sweatery material and some fur, so it gives that cozy winter vibe. I'm always going for that Danish word no one knows how to pronounce. I looked it up the other day, and it was Hygge, the art of coziness. Holiday things that aren't really holiday, or wintry things. For example, snowy outside, warm inside, that sort of thing. White and sparkling silver things. And there's glitter all over the floor. I like to use a color scheme of white, and if you kind of add platinum and champagne and silvery goldish colors, but nothing really too sparkly, it gives kind of a subtle snowy wintry look. So color scheme is really important. So as you can see here, I kind of have some white and pink going on. That kind of works. If I had a bright red snowman, that would make it look like I have my old decorations up. I always like leaving my dining room table all set. I feel like it just gives a really just festive, happy feeling. Here I have some china that belonged to my great aunt, I believe, but it has a silvery, wintry kind of look to it, and I always wanted to have like a wintry dinner. And here I mix together golds with silvers, and it works because the tablecloth has a little bit of a pale, silvery gold. Snowflakes work here. During the winter, I especially love to cook and bake, and I love using recipes that belong to relatives or my mom. One of the things we always did in the winter was make white chicken chili. Even though I'm vegetarian, I take the chicken out, but it just looks kind of wintry, and it smells good when you cook it. It's easy to make. I'll include a recipe on here, but there's also, you can try all kinds of different ones. You can buy white hot chocolate or make it, and that kind of looks good too. My favorite recipe here is when I was a kid, my mom always made, they were called Jean's powdered sugar cookies, and they were on the powdered sugar cookie box. And she made hers to perfection. Mine don't taste as well, but they're still good. But I'm cooking at a high altitude, still trying to figure that out. But they do look festive and snowy, don't they?
Say my daughter painted it.
My daughter painted this picture of a cozy cabin for me. My other daughter, unbeknownst to the other, got me a cozy cabin candle that was blue. And so they just worked so perfectly together, but total accident. And I love the way it looks at night. I rarely turn on the lights because its ambient lighting is enough for me. And it's just sort of a peaceful, relaxing feel. It's extra Hygge or whatever. Oh, this is my favorite, little skis. Not my favorite, everything's my favorite. And I feel like I can leave it out because it's red, but it's frosted red, so it works. And I do break my red decorations a little bit. I think frosted cranberries really work well with this look. So. Oh, this was my favorite too, right here. And this is one of my favorite areas. This is the little woodland critters. How could I take this down? So it's up for a few more weeks. Got this the other day. It reminds me, my mom always loved birds. When I was a kid, I called them beefhaws, so she always called birds beefhaws. I don't know where that came from, but anyway, I thought it was a cute little teddy bird. It's not gonna get cold any day soon. I do leave the garlands and the lights on the banisters, and I sort of will tuck in some little snowflakes or snowy kind of things to make it look more January. Now, are you ready for the bonus?
I think we are.
Okay, so we have this little room under the stairs. Last year I started decorating it for Christmas and putting little lights in and stuff so nieces and nephews could play in it, and I left it up all year long because it was so fun to have it there. So puzzles are one of my favorite winter activities when you're stuck inside and it's cold outside. In January I tend to do puzzles with a Hygge theme. Like this particular one is like a Park City snow scene. You can't see it yet because I just started it, but one of my favorite earliest memories is going to my dad's work for an open house, and it was the early 60s, and there was this room that had this giant, it must have been one of those big mainframe computers, and it had all kinds of lights. It was all lit up. And I remember just thinking it was just the world's largest Christmas decoration. I was just enchanted by it. So, and I still think about it about once a week. So it was a very vivid memory. But I do love, I'm kind of a bit of a science buff, and I love the symbolism of light, and just having lights all over the place, I think just reminds us that January is a good time, not just to decorate your house, but to carry on the kindness and the loving thoughts that we have towards people that sometimes we get really busy during the rest of the year. So I hope we can carry on the good spirit of the holiday season. And yeah, this has just been so much fun. I've loved welcoming you into my home and sharing some of me with you. And I hope we will have a chance to visit again.